Welcome, sacred beloveds. We are going to share the astro message of the day. Venus has just leaped into the underworld of Scorpio, of which is more than just sexuality, which connects us to the deep and sacred sensuality, which is more than just trauma and nightmares, where healing gifts are discovered in our trauma, where the dark night of soul brings us back to our inner divinity, more than a place of fearing darkness, but to actually see the great mysterious power contained there that got tucked away in those dark caves. Venus moves into T-square with Mars-Uranus square, which has already brought up eruptions of anger and upheaval for several months, adding to the Mars retrograde that recently occurred. It is helping us to tear down our world so we can create a new empowering paradigm. So remember to be gentle with ourselves and understanding that this last several months has been for our highest and best, even if it has felt tumultuous and heavy. Venus soon will turn into retrograde on October 6th, but she will soon slow down towards her pause before her full descent into Scorpio. With the Mars-Venus T-square, remember that these few weeks will continue to shake us awake to prepare for the steep plunge. Remember, we already plunged here with Jupiter and Scorpio over this past year. And so this is just another round, another layer, with us going into Venus, into Scorpio. She will then return back to the rising dawn in January. So right now, if we can call on these next few days to meditate on our current life, to see where we are not only needing to finally shed away layers and aspects of our life that no longer serves us, but we can also call upon what supports us, our resources, allies, and medicine we need to navigate this epic journey of the Scorpion metamorphosis of death and rebirth through Venus in Scorpio. The next 4 months will be the opportunity to shed away toxicity, attachments to energies, peoples, and places that do not serve our highest. Rather, we can now, until January, begin to learn to integrate these lessons and do some serious cord cutting, releasing to finally saying goodbye once and for all to some of these very old, outdated patterns that have been surfacing and brought to our attention from Jupiter and Scorpio this year. When we release old traumas, patterns, and stories, we can then access Venus and Scorpio's secret gift of fertile manifestation, of feminine mystery power, and deep magic to help us kick out the BS, break free, and reclaim your magic. Tap into the strength of the recent Saturn direct in Capricorn this past week that will help us to dedicate the long haul and connect to the dark moon by taking a pause as we enter into new moon in Virgo Sunday, September 2018, where we will anchor into the new phase of deeply sifting through what we will need for us on our journey and what we will be releasing. Here, I will be sharing some new moon invitations. I invite you to go through your life and make these 2 lists. Create 1 list of aspects of life that nourish you. These can be things that currently nourish you or previous things that nourish you that you currently are not doing but would really support you on your journey right now. Then make a 2nd list of the aspects of life that deplete you. It could be eating habits, it could be smoking or drinking, it could be being on social media too much. And then choose the top 1 to 3 nourishing aspects that would most nourish you. And choose the top 1 to 3 depleting aspects that you already are ready to replace. And here, the best way to approach this is, sometimes we have so many things that we want to change and transform in our life, but I just find what realistically right now and what would serve me very well on my journey, I will go to that top 1 even. It doesn't even have to be 3. So 3 can be a starting point to say we're choosing 3 of the top things, but maybe not every one of them we might be able to take in. And so, for instance, maybe if you're a single parent and you have your kids all the time, there might be some things in those lists that maybe might be able to integrate later on, but maybe a small thing would be after you put your child to sleep, you take that time to go and take a bubble bath and disconnect and unplug from social media for an hour of your time, or having a family member watch your child so that way you can go outside for an hour every single day. Or it could be taking one day a week where you are in a relationship and you spend a lot of time together and you're working all the time, and you take that 1 hour a week that you could just dedicate to going out into nature to recharging yourself. So those are just some suggestions on how to navigate. For me personally, I'm going to shift up my bedtime routine, which I used to have more of a quiet time with my fiance, who is the founder of Magickology, and we had this channel together, and I've been supported to add and contribute my aspects of my spiritual path and magical path to share with others. We used to spend a little bit more of the time in the quiet evening, and for me, I personally want to bring that back into my life. So I'm going to be just cutting down distractions, and even just if I listen to spiritual YouTube videos, or reading books, I might even just decide instead just stay back in the routine of taking a bath and just laying down and listening to music and doing some self-massage with oils, and just really let it be a time where there's not stimulation of reading or social media or movies or YouTube, and just let it be a time for my mind to unwind. So, again, remember that the astrological energies are here really to help assist us in humanity. If you are interested more in astrology, definitely look into evolutionary astrology. That's the kind of approach that I follow with astrology. I really love to follow the transits of astrology, because when we do follow the transits of the energies of the stars that are informing our planet and giving it energy and information and upgrades and activations and helping us on our spiritual journeys, I really take it as a spiritual forecast for us that can really help us on our path. Nick and me, our astrology teacher that we spent a year in that path navigating with astrology, and I really got into the transits. The teacher said that these stars are here to help us. These planets are here to help us, and they give us these cosmic roadmaps that help us on our journey. And we don't have to be victim to the astrological energies, but we can see how we can actually grow and take advantage of opportunities that come our way through the transits, as well as be informed of challenging aspects and how we can navigate finding power and strength and growth from them. So, again, just, being compassionate to ourselves, with this new moon in Virgo. And also the last invitation I have is, because the Virgo energy is definitely a very grounding energy, is I just really encourage people to go outside if they can, and put their feet on the ground, lie on the ground, or even just going out anywhere into nature, even if it's in the city, and just take some time to connect into that to help just ground out the intense energies that we've been presented over the last several months for transformation. And we can just, put our hands in the ground, or be outside, or, hold a tree or touch a tree, and just ask for the support that any of this excess energy and stress that's, maybe impacted us in these last few months that have come about, that we just ask for support for that to release into the earth, and that energy will be composted into Mother Earth. I'll probably share soon some different ways that we can ground the energy and give that to the earth to release it out of our bodies, and some meditations around that. So thanks so much for listening today, and remember to check out the other videos on Magickology, and you can subscribe below, and you can like the video and share it if you feel called to. And we also have my channel, which is slowly growing, but I have more of a focus and presence on Instagram and Facebook. So you can check me out, R.A. Gaines, at Sacred Earth Guardians on Instagram and Facebook. And my website is sacredearthguardians.com. If you're in the New England area, my teacher Zane's offering a 9-month Peruvian healing apprenticeship in the New England area. He also does apprenticeships in other parts of the United States. So if you feel called but you're not in the area, definitely reach out to me, and I can connect you with him if you feel called to that. And I am available for long distance healing sessions. I've been doing healing sessions for the last 15 years and love supporting people in their journeys. And you can always reach out to Nick if you have any questions about magic and spirituality. Thanks so much, and have a beautiful day.